Hello, hello, hello. How are you doing, Adrian?
I'm well, Sarah. How are you?
I'm doing all right now. I've got on. Just
Good.
getting ready for the live, and my computer completely locked up when I tried saving a file.
Oh, I
So I was
know.
doing a bit of a juggle trying to do a full reset, and it was just taking forever. And I'm thinking, I'm going to be late.
Well, I couldn't log into Facebook to start off with, so I had the same problem. You'll
Oh,
be pleased. You'll be pleased to know that our Christmas gifts are on the website, all loaded up,
well done.
and in the shop as well.
And
People
what?
are coming in the shop and they're saying Christmas already. I said, yeah, yeah,
Well, do you know what? If you don't put it into their mind,
yeah,
they'll go elsewhere.
yeah,
That honestly is the reality. This year, if you go into any store in the high street, Christmas is early. Normally, you get a few bits and pieces out, but they do Halloween and the kind of
yeah.
fall season, and then they hit with Christmas.
Mm.
This year, nobody has done that. Every single store is pushing their Christmas stuff out for big sections of the stores,
Yeah, yeah,
and they're buying. We've been to Meadowhall, we've been to a few different places. They've all got Christmas stock out and people are buying it.
yeah,
Because if you
yeah,
think,
definitely.
if people are being a little bit careful, think about how many more paychecks there are. We've
Mm.
got October, November, and they may get December's depending on when their pay packet falls. So
Mm.
they've only got 2 or 3 paychecks
Yeah, that's true.
to buy everything for Christmas. I mean, that's a horrible thought,
Yeah.
but it's a reality. Some people will just go out and buy everything in one go and stick it on the credit card, but a lot of people will buy stuff each month.
Yeah, yeah.
And they might not think about your products unless you actually say to them, we've got the perfect solution for your gifting this year.
See, I get Maria's on Christmas Eve.
A lot of men do, but you're not going to get the best choices because a lot of things will be out of stock by then.
Yeah.
Mm.
Remember that. I was going to get her a vacuum cleaner, Hoover. That's all right, isn't it?
Oh, I bet she'd absolutely love you.
Yeah.
I'm sure
Or a
she'll
jet
buy
wash.
I'm sure she'll buy you some of those nasal or ear hair trimmers.
Yeah.
All of the best gifts in the world, eh? Just what everyone wants.
Yeah. Yeah, but no, it's yeah, we are selling a few Christmas gifts now, so that's good.
You really will. And
Mm.
the nice thing about having them out early is some people will buy them early for someone else, and then they really like the stuff and they end up using it, and then they have to come back and buy another one.
Yeah. Yeah, and we're starting to get a lot of repeat customers now as well, which is
Yeah.
nice. They're coming in the shop
Yeah.
and they've been in the shop in the summer and then they're
Yes.
buying online. So
That's nice.
good. Yeah, it's good.
Yeah, it is. And some of your previous buyers, who maybe bought in person, will come back on the website to order
Yeah.
Christmas gifts. And that's one of the key things about using email marketing. All
Mm.
of those people, if you've got them into your ecosystem, into your funnel, then you can retarget them at this, as you go through into the busy selling season. Do you have anything in place to capture all of your customers' information when they actually come and buy from you?
Yeah, because when they buy, I get their emails, their mobile numbers.
Okay.
So that's all in there. They can also subscribe to the website as well
Okay, perfect.
for
And how
newsletters.
often do you send them anything as an email?
Not often enough.
Well, I'm the same.
No, we were talking because we've struggled a bit lately in getting everything done because we're making more things now.
Yeah.
And we've just gone into another shop in the town, sort of half an hour away, and our hairdresser wants to put some stuff up. in hers as well. So
Great.
we're frantically trying to get all that sorted out for next week.
Yeah. But with your emails, it doesn't have to be anything massive. You can literally put a monthly newsletter together.
Yeah. Oh, I know. I know.
And
I should, and it's the same with Facebook and Instagram.
yeah. But your newsletter can just be really, really simple. So you could have, a bit of news. So it could be, but something that you're doing behind the scenes, or something funny that happened, or a holiday that you took. It can be anything like that.
Holiday.
But then you can also, and you can use ChatGPT to kind of help you put all of this together. And then you can pop some tips in. So think about some products that you want to feature in that newsletter. And then think about maybe some skincare tips, or some tips for keeping the soap hard, or things like that you can put in there. And then you can feature ingredients as well. So you might do an ingredient feature each month, and then talk about the products that include that ingredient, and then feature a couple of products, and whatever your monthly specials are for that month.
I know it's an excuse.
Coupons going on your social media, you can tell them that you've got special offers and money off vouchers on your social media, and put the links in. So it doesn't have to be crazy. Even some nice behind the scenes photos of you making the products and reminding them about your story, all of that can work in your newsletter.
It's I know it's an excuse. It's just time.
Yeah, I know.
And now the accountant's banging on the door saying, "Get your books ready for the end of the year." And I'm thinking, "Oh yeah, all right." Okay.
Oh dear me, Sandra, I'm going to pick on you tonight.
You go for it.
Good. So we're going to use your business, and we're going to put. I'm not sure where the other people are. People said they were coming, and there's just us right now. So maybe they're delayed, or maybe their computers are going wacky. I don't know what's going on tonight. But let's use your business, and let's look at how we can put some of these bits and pieces together. Because I think it's always nice to showcase a business. And when I'm doing any of these, if any of the other businesses or people, because we're all people, we're all humans, if you would like me to showcase your business and actually go through it with your business, please just reach out to me, because I love being able to use your actual businesses and then sharing the actual outputs specifically for your brand. I think it's just nice. So tonight I wanted to really go through, we talked about this before, and we said that we would go through your email sequence as you would send it out from somebody ordering from you. So let's imagine that the very, very first point is them going to your website and clicking. Now, it could be that you sell through Etsy or another store, but you'd still be sending out emails anyway. So it doesn't matter where you're selling from. If it's an online purchase, you really want to be keeping that channel of communication open. And there are quite a few reasons for it, really. So when a buyer buys from you, if you think about you going to a website that you've never used before, and you click and you buy something, if you don't get an email back quite quickly, you're left kind of wondering, did I make the right decision? Should I have actually gone with a different company? Because you're still building that know, like, and trust. You don't know them. You were just interested and you decided to actually click and buy. So this is even more important with a new customer than a recurring customer, but it's still important to reinforce good customer service all the way through your business. And that means that we can put really specific emails in place, which you can automate through your email server. And once it's set up, when they purchase, everything will just literally go out on automatic if you want it to. And it doesn't have to be done on automatic, but it helps you if you can set it up in that way. But getting the right emails and getting the tone right and everything so that it kind of all pulls together is quite important. So when you're creating an email sequence for any kind of small business, but especially one that's based on soaps or cosmetics or handmade products of some kind, you do need that strategy. And we're going to utilize 7 different variables that you would put in about your business. So the first one is the actual business itself, what the name of the business is. Oh, excuse me. I stole my daughter's lint. I shouldn't have eaten it. So obviously your business name, because whatever we put in here into ChatGPT, we really, really want it to be focused about your business, not a generic business. I'm sure it would do a good job, but we want it to be much, much more specific. To stand out from the crowd, we need everything to be bespoke to your brand. So it's speaking your language. All of the things that you're passionate about, your business and the products you love about your business, and your ethics as well, all of that can be woven in so that ChatGPT or whichever system you're using understands your brand and it speaks in that same language rather than another brand's language. So we need to look at the business name, and we need to obviously look at what sector or industry it is and who your target audience is. Now, a lot of this, you can actually, if you've already put your business bio together, you can literally cut and paste the whole thing from your website and just slot it into ChatGPT and give it a whole load of context. You can't put too much in there. So stick all of that in there. And then if you've got a specific product that you want to feature, put all of the information about that in as well. And then you may or may not already know how many emails that you want to do. If you know, put it in there. If you don't, ChatGPT will work all of that out for you. And a good kind of length, you don't want to be writing a book. You know, this is a short email. So 150 words to 200 words is more than enough to get everything that you want in there. We want it to be engaging, but concise. They haven't got all day to be reading your email. So it's a touch point with your customers, not a story. And then what do you want that actual campaign to be about? So is it a nurture sequence? That would be for after they purchased and you want to kind of refresh their memory about who you are and the products that you're selling, other things that they might be interested in that you sell, or new products as well. So it could be that you ask it to do a nurture sequence to keep that customer in your ecosystem. But the most common one when you're starting out would be a sales sequence. So you're starting at the point of purchase and you're wanting a group of emails. So let me have a look at Sandra. Okay. So I'm just going to copy some of this information. Oops. And we're going to do it in ChatGPT, and I'm going to share my screen. Share screen. There it is, and share. Okay. So, am I correct in thinking that you're Respect Soaps?
Yes.
Yes, good. Okay. Good. So let me see if you can actually see this. See if I can make it bigger. Okay, please create an example of all 5 emails for a handmade soap company called Respect Soaps, owned by Sandra Richardson. You can change any of this, just let me know. But we're literally just having a conversation with it. Here is some information about her. So I've literally copied and pasted your business bio off of your website. Yeah, here's some information about her. I always consider myself to be eco-aware, but in early 2018, I was appalled when looking around my bathroom to realize almost everyone in my toiletries is blah, blah, blah. Is that from your website? Cool. So, and there it goes. You finish there. Founder of Respect Soaps Limited. I loved your website. I went on there today and I had a look. It's beautifully laid out. And you've got so many great different products for people to see. Lots of different categories. It was really easy to navigate. But I couldn't find anything that was themed for Christmas. And there were only about 4 soaps. You're grinning. I know this is not a criticism. Well, it kind of is. I know you've been poorly, and I know you keep selling out when you do events, and they keep wiping all of your stock out and leaving you with nothing, which may well be why there weren't very many soaps. But as a customer going to your website that is called Respect Soaps, that's kind of the main thing of your brand, I would have expected there to have been more than 4 soaps. Is that fair? You can leave your mic on if you want, because we're going to be chatting as we go through this.
Oh, sorry, I thought it was. Yes, that is absolutely fair. And there is a million excuses, but yeah, absolutely bang on.
That's fine. Sometimes people actually don't realize that half the stuff on their website is out of stock because they're so busy selling or making, they just forget that part. And then when they look, they're like, oh, because they could have had tons more orders had they updated it. But I know it does get difficult. And sometimes
that's
just
kind of what's happened. It's I got an order which I didn't have any stock of. So I then went through everything. I went, got none of that, got none of that, got none of that. And I haven't been back and revisited it. So, yeah.
There you go. Well, it's a quick fix, isn't it? You can just update the amounts or whatever you want to do now and reactivate ones that are back on or whatever. But especially coming up to the Christmas season, I definitely try and get them updated so that when people do go on the website, you do events all of the time. So those people are going to be coming back to your website and having a bit of a nosy around afterwards to see what else you do. So it's nice to kind of have stuff there, especially in that lead up to Christmas. But I found a product because I was trying to find one that was themed that would be ideal for Christmas. And I couldn't see any. So I just picked one at random. I hope that's okay. Yeah. And it was one called Darjeeling and Rose Hand and Body Soap, which I thought sounded absolutely lovely.
It is lovely.
It's different, it's intriguing, and you just think, oh, I wonder what that's like. So that was the one I picked for this example. And then I actually took your product description, which I think I think you could actually do with going through. I know you're busy, maybe after Christmas, but put this on the to-do list because I think your product descriptions could be improved because you're not using any SEO in any of your descriptions. You haven't got any keywords in them at all. And Google is only going to rank you if it knows where to place you and what you're about. Yeah. So on your listings, I didn't see any keywords at all being used in the descriptions, kind of threaded through them. So that would be an easy fix and would, it's definitely Google understand who your buyers are and who to put you in front of and where to position you.
Yeah.
Okay. But this sounded so lovely. So I said, for the email concept, please use this product. And I literally just put the name of it and copied the actual product description. And then we're just going to literally hit go. And let's see what it comes up with. Here are 5 examples of emails for Respect Soaps. So it's doing a welcome email, a product launch, a thank you for your purchase, a cart abandonment, and a special offer, which is going to be a great start for you. So your journey to gentle and sustainable healthcare Oh no, it's here. Welcome to Respect Soaps family, which I think is nice. My name's Sandra. My journey began. So it's telling a little bit about your story right there, because this is the first touch point, remember? And even people who might have bought from you before might not know your story and might not have looked at that. So it's just a tiny touch point without it all being in there. But it's putting in about your, your ethos, what you feel is important. And it's just thanks for joining us on this beautiful journey towards a more respectful world. So that's a really nice kind of welcome email when they're first coming into your system. So if someone had signed up to your newsletter, this is the email I will be sending them.
Right.
Okay.
Mhm.
If you're doing a product launch, then you've got a whole one there, exciting news from Respect Soaps, and then 3 bullet points as to why they'll love it. So it's not just tons of text. They can scan this. The way that it's been put together, having 3 bullet points means that literally they're looking at the things in bold and they're scanning down, and they can see the reasons why it might fit really, really well for them. I'll put all of these examples that I'm going through or generating, I'll put them into the group tomorrow so that you've got copies of them, and I'll email them over to you, Sandra, so that you've got them.
Cheers.
This one is the thank you for your purchase. So heartfelt thank you from, for choosing Respect Soaps. Your purchase of soaps not only supports a small business, but our shared vision for a sustainable future. And then it confirms what they've purchased and thanks them. So it's nice and simple. You've got the cart abandonment one there as well. So a lot of the time you get people who put stuff in the basket and then the kids call, or they've got to go cook tea, or the dog needs the loo, or whatever it is, and they get distracted and they don't actually purchase. Well, depending on the system that you've got in your store, you may well be able to go back on and have a look at all of the people who were going to buy and haven't actually pressed the button. And it's just a nice, simple email that you can use to get them coming back and reminding them about the product and about you. And then there's a special offer email as well. But I did another one, which I want to try and find because I think it's this one. It's this one. Let me just go back to this one, because this one, I did a slightly different sequence for you. So I put the same information in. Okay, let me just go back to the beginning of this thread. Email sequence for Respect Soap. So the first email was a tease. This was not specifically from purchase. This was more of a general email sequence. And I'll put this in as well, because when someone comes into your ecosystem, you kind of maybe sometimes thinking, well, what emails do I actually send to them? What can I do that's going to interest them? And there's all sorts of different things that you can do. So this is another one, email sequence. And the first one is just a tease, something that you're wanting to share with them, but you're not giving them all of the information straight away. I love the subject line on this. A whiff of something enchanting is brewing at Respect Soaps. Like, oh, I like that. A fragrant secret is simmering at Respect Soaps. We can't wait to share it with you. Imagine the exquisite blend of luxurious Darjeeling tea and the delicate essence of pure rose otto. Stay tuned as we unveil a handcrafted marvel, created with love and respect for our planet. So it's just a small teaser, and then they're like, oh, what's that? Now, some of them will go straight to the website and check it out, and some will wait for the next email. So the second one is introducing a limited edition Darjeeling and Rose soap. Now, I don't know if it is a limited edition. You could change that. But here's the thing. Anytime that something is limited edition, use the fact that it's a limited edition because it will sell more. Now, don't
Right.
lie to people, but let's say that you'd run out of stock, it's been popular, you ran out of stock, and you've got a new batch made that's ready now. That would be perfect because you can actually put in there that it's now back in stock. So then people are thinking, oh, it's popular. If you sold out and it's back in stock, that means it's popular. And they don't want to be running out, so they're more likely to go and click on it. So use that subject line to share little bits and pieces like that with them. And then the wait is over. Allow me to introduce our limited edition Darjeeling and Rose hand and body soap. And then the third one is the connection. This is all about desire. So you've teased it, then you've done the reveal, and now you're talking about the desire. So this is talking about your story, you know, the ethics, the things that you believe in. And then the fourth one is desire and action. So you're saying it's flying off the shelves, or it's selling fast, or you don't have very many of them left, or whatever it is that you want to put in there. And you don't want them to miss out, but you're also telling them that it's a perfect gifting product. And that is an important thing in any email, because as we come up to the busy season, if you don't tell them it's a perfect gift product, they don't click that it's a giftable item. They might think of it as something for themselves, but they don't necessarily make that connection. But as soon as you say, this would make a perfect gift for, or we do a gift set that will be ideal for, then they're like, oh. But until then, it's just a product. So try and weave that in, even when you're talking to people on the store, try and weave that in. So say, actually, this makes a perfect gift set with such and such a product. And think about how you can weave that into the actual conversations that you're having. And then the final one is the reminder. This is about them taking action. It's an action email, and it's the last call for your gifts to arrive in time for Christmas. So you can spread these emails out. They don't have to be one after another. You can have a week in between the different emails, but still talking about a specific product. You could actually run all of these in a week and then have a different product, but you've got to be careful about sending too many emails. So I would be doing one email a week, no more than that. Unless you've got something new and important to talk about. If you've launched a brand new gift set and it's absolutely stellar and you've got a discount coupon, then by all means put that as well out there. Maybe launch it out on your social media channel first and then do an email about it. So then I asked ChatGPT, I said, great, Sandra would also like to create a full customer purchase email sequence. This will begin as soon as they purchase a product. So this is the one where as soon as they buy something from you, it will then create your email sequence for that product. It should keep them up to date with what to expect following the purchase and when to expect their orders. Follow up after they've received the items, and then continue on to share information in a non-salesy way about other items they may enjoy. And then I said, for instance, let's pick her rose geranium hand balm. So I wanted to find products that connected with one another. Because people, if they like a particular fragrance, they will often buy multiple products in that theme. And that's the way that they shop. So I was thinking, well, you've got the Rose Otto in the first product, you've got the rose geranium in your hand balm. I couldn't find things that were exact, but this was a close match. So I'm saying, I want to feature this as the follow-up product. And you could pick anything. So if you've got a collection of products that you're putting out for Christmas in one particular fragrance or an essential oil blend, then you could put that as your main collection and put some information in there about it. And it will pull all of that together. So again, I've taken your product name and the product description, and I've said to use a friendly, casual tone with fun copy text to achieve continued sales, as well as building the know, like, and trust for your brand. I'll give you all of this text. Don't worry, you don't need to write it down or.
Thank you.
Okay, and actually, I think it did some really, really nice emails. So this is the thank you and order confirmation. So it says, thank you, whatever their name is. Your order is brewing. Massive thank you. Your order is bubbling away in our workshops. While our elves get everything wrapped up, here's your order confirmation. Expect another note soon with your dispatch details. With gratitude, Sandra. I mean, that's great, isn't it? Nice, friendly, chatty, keeping them up to date. So now, instead of sitting there thinking, God, did I make the right decision? You know, I've never used them before. Now they feel, okay, she's got it. Everything's happening. I can sit back and relax. I don't need to panic about my order. Communication is one of the biggest things that you can really do to boost people's confidence in your brand when they're purchasing. And then the second email is your dispatch notification. So your spec soap order is on its way. Use the first name so it's personalized. Exciting news, your order is gliding through the winds and will land on your doorstep soon. You can track it here. If you've got a link, you can put it in. If not, get rid of it. You could put something about that, you know, how they can contact you if there's a problem. Whatever you want, personalize this in whatever way you want. Safe travels to your parcel, Sandra. And then email 3 is the delivery confirmation and product care. Now, a lot of people miss out on this. They just send the first 2. So they send the first one, which is, I've got your order, I'm on it. And they send the second one, it's posted. And then crickets. You hear nothing from them at all. But the whole point of sending emails is that you build know, like, and trust, that you're building a relationship with your customers. So having other things in there is really, really helpful. So subject line, your parcel has arrived, let's unwrap. This is a great opportunity. For example, you can actually put posts out on your social media encouraging people to do an unwrapping video and share it with people, or to put a photograph up in your social group of them receiving their parcel. People love showing all of the things that they're buying. So that would be good as well. And that could go into this if you wanted it to. So your soap has arrived. Before you dive into your fragrant escape, here are a few tips on caring for your new soap. You might not think of care tips for a soap, but there are some that you can put in there. And you might already include, you know, a little care card, but receiving it as an email is an extra thing. It's an extra touch point from you. And it, again, keeps you and your brand on their mind. Email 4 is just a check-in and a review request. So, loving your new soap. I hope it's the soap is treating you to the fragrant escapades you deserve. I'd love to hear your thoughts. Would you mind sharing a quick review? And they might not, but they might email you. They might send you a photo. They might give you a review. But either way, even if they do nothing at all, they've received the email. They've seen your brand again in front of them. It's another touch point. For people to buy from you and become a repeat customer, they have to have a massive amount of touch points with your brand. So all of these, they're not salesy, they're just little touch points saying, I'm here for you, I've got your back. You know, it's just being friendly. And then the last one is introducing a new product. Now, I kind of say last one, it's not, because normally you would do an offer later on. So this is introducing another product. So subject line, a little secret for soft hands. And this then goes on to adding in a product that already goes with the one that they've purchased. And that's why sometimes having scent collections, you know, a few products in one fragrance comes in, because you already know they like that fragrance. Or they, you know, or they were inspired by that fragrance. So I would try where you can to tie it in, but if you can't, then if you get too busy to be able to personalize these, then just think about a specific product that you know is popular and put that in just as a standard one for your next email. Especially in the lead up to Christmas, it's going to be difficult, I think, for you to personalize all of them. I appreciate that. I know you're out all of the time doing things as well as the making, but at least try and think about, if they buy a soap, what is the next product that you're going to put there as a teaser for them, as their next kind of thing? And if they don't go for that, what's the thing that you're going to suggest to them after that? It might be your shampoo and your solid conditioner bars. But have a kind of plan as to what you're actually going to put up. And just because they didn't buy that product there and then doesn't mean that they weren't interested. They just might not need a hand balm at that particular point in time. So that's still one that you can reintroduce to them later as well. And then email 6 is a special offer, a little thank you gift just for you. Your support means the world to us. A little token of appreciation. Here's whatever % off your next purchase, and make it specific even to what you've been talking about, so it all ties in. And you can put a little code in there that you use so that it's simple. It could be, 10 off or something like that, whatever it is. Just make life simple for you when it comes to coupon codes. If you have every single thing as a bespoke coupon code, it's too much to do. Some companies literally produce them so that they're bespoke for every customer, so they can track every single one. But I'm telling you, you need a team to be able to do that kind of thing. You just need something quick and easy that's going to work for you. Obviously, make sure that you're compliant with your GDPR. Most of the email systems have the little boxes, and because they're a customer at this point, you are allowed to contact them. Just make sure that in the emails it's GDPR compliant and they can opt out if they want to. So when it comes to prompting and crafting all of your personalized emails, there's a few different bits and pieces. And one of the things I think it's nice to do is to focus on specific things about your company and about your products, because the more that you season or prime ChatGPT with your brand and your products specifically, the better the copy is going to be and the more it's going to represent your brand. So these are specific questions that are ideal for answering, and then just copy and paste the whole lot in with your business bio. And it knows then exactly what you're talking about and what you want to represent in there. So let's do another one. Oh, I've kind of gone down a rabbit hole with some of these, but I'm going to put all of these in as examples. So these are blank ones where you fill in the blank. I still will put these in for you, but I find it's quite hard for a lot of people to conceptualize what this means. So a sneak peek into, and then the brand name, upcoming surprise, that's fair enough. That's easy to understand. But the body text, dive into a brief and enticing sneak peek of, and the product name. But then you've got to understand what its unique selling point is and who your target audience is. And a lot of people are not really clear on their USP or their target audience when they're filling these in. And they can get bogged down, and then it takes 2 hours to complete it. ChatGPT is really, really clever. If you answer those questions that I'll pop in for you, you can use those and just copy and paste every single time. Just put the same set in there and it will know exactly what you're talking about. So you don't need to worry about doing this because it understands, it knows it probably better than you do, and it will just do it for you. So you don't need to worry. But I'll still put these in so that you've actually got them if you want to do it that way. So beyond your initial purchasing sequence, there are other emails, but before we move on to those, I want to actually dive in with you live and do one. So I need to just put your information back in. We'll do it from scratch. I'm just going to take it from here. I've asked it to use UK spelling as well. All right, let me just...
I'm unmuted most of the time.
Hey,
I'm unmuted most of the time. I'm going to need a hand with this as well.
well,
Okay, so let's start off. So the brand is called Respect Soaps. Okay. And then I want you to focus on selling. What product would you like me to use?
A lemon body butter,
Okay. Is that the actual name of it?
lemon pepper.
Lemon pepper.
Uh-huh.
Okay. And what do you think are its key qualities?
You need the tiny amounts.
Come on in, you two. Come on. Is it non-greasy? Is it
Yeah,
moisturizing?
it's non-greasy. It's like I say, you need very small amounts. You can get dressed straight away.
Moisturized butter that's non-greasy. Goes a long way.
Yeah. It's super zingy, refreshing scent.
Has a vibrant, refreshing scent from lemon essential oil
Yeah.
and black pepper, I'm assuming.
Yeah.
All right. So this is the absolute bare bones, and we're still going to get something out of it that's quite good. I'm not going to focus on the ecological side this time. We can type all of that in, or we can just copy and paste it, but I'm not going to go that route. Let's focus on use empathy. Now, when you're using empathy helps you to sell products. It absolutely does. So when you ask it to use empathy, it will write things in a certain style, but it's really important that you do it from a genuine point of view and with honesty. So when we're using empathy, we want it to be real.
Yeah.
Okay, so use empathy and focus on the winter weather drying the skin. Let's go with that and see how it pans out. And we'll just click go. So email 1 is just introducing the body butter. So this isn't a sales one. This isn't for someone who's bought the product. This is a sales sequence for you, selling the actual product. So it's introducing it to them. And again, it's giving you a nice catchy headline, and then it's giving you some bullet points that you can use, which make it really, really simple. And then it's giving you a call to action as well. So it's done all 6, which is brilliant. But, it's actually given you 7. It's gone even further. But let's ask it, let's say, please create an email sequence from purchase of the lemon and pepper body butter. Okay, so it's not giving us the actual email. Let's just stop generating that. It's giving us context, but it's not doing the actual email. So I want to just stop it. I want to just go back up to the edit button. Please create an email sequence to send to the buyer from the purchase learner. So the emails should reassure them and build the know, like, and trust. Please include purchase follow-up email, and then a review and follow-up item. Let's see what it does now. And save and submit. Okay, now we're in. So thank you for choosing our lemon and poppy body butter. So it's still not actually, it's giving me what I need as the content, but it's not writing the actual email. So I'm still going to stop it, and I'm going to go back again. Please write I'm going to go put 6-part email sequence, and let's do it again. Lie down. Okay. It's not doing it. It's because I haven't put the full information in. Let me just go back to the other one in a second. So it is giving me stuff, but it's not writing the full email. Luke, what's going on? They like a hound. There isn't even a squirrel. It must be next door stocks. Hopefully someone will come and rescue us soon. Good grief. Oh, he's here. Right, Sean's dealing with it. Okay, let's just go back to the other one. I don't know if it was this one or the other one. It's this one. I just want to go back to exactly what I put in before. You see, this was a set where I asked it to use empathy and fear of missing out. Empathy emails seek to connect the subscribers on an emotional level, acknowledging their feelings, challenges, or aspirations. This was what I wanted it to do. And this was what we got from that when I put all of the information in. We know that times have been tough and self-care may have been taking a back seat. Here at Respect Soaps, we believe in the healing power of a little me time. Our handcrafted soaps are not just a purchase, they're a pause, a moment of calm amidst the chaos. So it is really nice and focused specifically on understanding that things are busy and they haven't had much time for themselves, but just reminding them that they are worth it and they should take time to enjoy life and have a little bit of me time as well. And then the fear of missing out one was normally that it's a high sell-through product, one of your best sellers that maybe has run out of stock, or you've had a big run on it and it's been out of stock for a while. Maybe you haven't had it on the website, and it gives you a reason to be able to send them an email saying, I know it's been out of stock, it's been really popular, I'm so sorry, I've got a brand new batch ready for anyone who's waiting for it. And boom, you can put that together really, really nicely. And if it is one that sells out all of the time, put it in there to shop now before it's gone, because that's the key that some people need to actually buy that product there and then, especially if it's one that they really like from you. They don't want to necessarily be wanting it and then finding that it's out of stock again. So when they get an email like that, they're much more likely to just go on and purchase. So I'm just going to take all of this again from scratch. And I also need, so when you do a lot of text into ChatGPT, there's a couple of ways you can do it. You can just type it in like this and say, please wait for more content, and hit return, and it will go off and it'll say, okay, I'll wait. And then you can go back into the other email again and copy the next bit that you want. Or you could just pop it into a document, put everything in there and then copy everything over that you want, whichever way works for you, really. There's no right or wrong. If you're on the Plus system, there are other things that you can do, because it will read zip files and PDFs as well. But I don't know of anyone on here that's on the Plus.
No, I'm not.
Okay. And most people won't. So let's just take this one and we'll put it back into the chat. That's not the one, is it? It must be this one, new chat. Okay. Absolutely. So it's asking me, I put all of that in, and because in the prompt I said I was going to give it 7 variables, it said, right, let's define those variables. Business name, industry, target audience. So it's actually, it knows what it needs. So we'll put that in again. Now you said it was a lemon and black pepper body butter made with essential oils. I'm going to get rid of that. It is moisturizing, we said, didn't we? Non-greasy.
Yeah.
And a little goes a long way. Ideal for the cold, windy, wet winter months. So we're giving it some context. Please. Oh, I said, please use this product. Okay, so it's in there. Okay. I've spelled a fold wrong. All right. So it's going to create a compelling email sequence for Respect Soaps, focusing on that butter. And it's using the attention, interest, desire, action model in marketing. We haven't told it to use that. It knows to either use something like AIDA or PAS. And you might not be familiar with these kind of marketing terms, but ChatGPT does, because in the prompt, we told it to act as an authority in marketing. So because we've actually said that we want it to act as a marketing expert, it knows what it needs to do. So it's doing all of that for you. Okay, so it's giving us a nice subject line. It's giving us a little bit of body text. But this one isn't necessarily giving us the call to action, although I haven't asked it to either. So I'll refine. Oh, it's actually giving it to us in the notes. It's saying make sure every email has a clear and compelling call to action, guiding subscribers on what to do next. So we can continually weave more in. If we have more context of your story, I only put a small section in there. We can put much more in about not only your brand, but actually we can put all of the information about your products in there. And then any time that you're writing, they're in there. So you could have one of these made just for your your balms, one of these made just for your soaps. So it's already seasoned with all of the information about your products. Then when you come to write about them, even if it's got all of the products of your balms in there and you're only actually wanting to talk about one of them, it has that information and it can disregard the others if it needs to. But it will literally take all of that information. Now, not only can you create the actual emails for this, but you can take it further. So let's say that you've done your initial 5 or 6 emails, and you've ended up by sending them a coupon code or a special offer or something like that. And it might be that that coupon code is on your social media. So you're pushing them from your email over and getting them to click onto your social media group to go and grab that coupon code. You're letting them know in the email maybe that this special offer is available through your social channel. You don't want them to miss out on having a discount. So that's an email that you can send out on its own. But there are other things that you can actually use your emails for as well. And rather than just stopping at the end of those 5 or 6 emails, you want to at least put them into some kind of a sequence where you're just touching base with them, talking to them about tips for, their skincare or cleansing routines, or, giving them reasons and information about, shampoos and why switching to a solid shampoo and a solid conditioner could be beneficial. So all of those kind of emails then start tagging on as well. So you can give them informative emails. You can still, all of the things that we do in social media, you can still do in your emails. So you start by giving them reasons. Why is it important? So that will be your eco. That's talking about your story. And that can, trickle out in a couple of emails. Then you're talking about the solution, which is your bars. So they know why it's important, what your solution is. And then you might feature a specific one. You don't want to sit there and have an entire book about all of the different ones you do. So pick one, and then maybe a link that goes to the product so that they can check them all out. Or you may have even done a blog post on your site that actually goes into detail about all of the ones that you do and what the benefits are to somebody, and they can click on and then read about that. You can also weave in your behind the scenes into your emails as well, because you can actually do a post or even a newsletter showing you making the products, and again teasing out some of that, for your Sandra, I know there's a big thing is that ecological benefit, the green side of things. So having that there and then showing them that you're actually making them, and you can be talking to them, or just have captions up on there if you don't want to talk. Just literally have it as word captions coming up while you're making. And that can be used on your social media, but it can also go into a newsletter or into an email as well.
Yeah.
Has any of that made sense?
Yeah, absolutely. It sounds really good.
I will try and simplify everything down into a couple of sets with examples and put some prompts up for, I think I'm going to do the prompts so that they're more targeted, so you can get a very specific set on certain things, and I'll pop those up for you, and I'll put all of the different examples for a purchasing sequence, a nurturing sequence, a launch sequence, and I'll try and put those together up for you, so you've got different email sets depending on what is important to you at that moment in time. And no matter what kind of business you've got, whether you're doing Buddha beads or whether you're selling coaching services or whether you're selling soaps or a £50 skin cream, it's going to be the same, exactly the same process that you would go through. Putting information in about your business, your bio, about your company and about the products. giving it some context about what you actually want to feature in the emails or what you want to talk about. If you want to have something that's using empathy, if you want to use something that's got the fear of missing out, whatever you want to build in there, you need to tell it, because otherwise it's going to just focus on the other things. So if you've done those and you want to revisit the same theme, but from an empathy point of view, just literally put the same thing in, but put that line that you want to do it from an empathetic angle, and it will completely rework that for you. And you might even want to do 3 versions of the same email, one maybe with fear of missing out that would be towards the end of your sequence, one with empathy, and one just regular, and see which you prefer. It's not going to make any difference to ChatGPT. So go at it and just really kind of hammer it and see what you actually like putting in there. But I'll put all of the different bits and pieces in there, and I'll put the list of questions to help you prime it as well. If you don't know, let's say that there's a question in there and you're like, well, I don't know what to put, just leave it blank. ChatGPT will fill in the blanks if you haven't put something for that question. So you don't need to worry about it. It's going to know the majority of the time. But if you have got specifics that you want to kind of weave all of the way through your business and have that consistency, then absolutely put it in there. If you've been on our Soap Business in a Box, you'll already have done your brand archetype. You'll know what your brand archetype is. You'll know the type of words that you should be using to reach that marketplace, even the colors that you should be using for your particular brand. And all of that information can be woven in there as well. Okay. Are there any questions from anyone else tonight? Sharon? Oh, she's not there. I think she's having a wander. She's back. I'm so sorry. I picked on you just when you weren't there. You'll have to unmute.
Gosh, I'm not getting on very well with this technology.
That's okay. Has that made sense at all tonight?
It has. It was really, really, really good. Yeah, it was. And I've listened to a lot of it, but I've just been doing a couple of jobs at the same time. And
well, female multitasking. We just have to.
I think it was brilliant, because I'm going to go, because I've got emails on my website already when people order things, but I've never thought about doing them through ChatGPT like that. So
I completely change your wording.
Yeah,
it really will make it so much more casual, friendly, but fun as well. And if it's really boring and static, no one wants to read it. They'll just skip over it.
I've just got standard ones on my website that came with my website. So I am going to do that, definitely. I think
it will really put your personality into it and allow people to connect to you so much more. And honestly, it takes minutes to put it all together.
Yeah, especially with ChatGPT.
Yeah. Really, so any kind of email, once you've done this and you've gone through and primed everything, if you need an email for anything at all, you can just go back to the end of that particular chat and type in the new one that you want, and it will remember the tone and everything. It's already in there. Just ask it to use the same tone and make an email for, and pop that underneath, and it will keep everything in that constant kind of theme for you, that branding.
I like the tip about the English spelling, because I'm always going through and taking the American spelling off. So
it's a pain in the arse, isn't it?
It is, yeah.
It's one little thing on the end of everything that you put in there. Just put use UK spelling. Absolutely standard in everything, and then you could just sit back and think, I'm sorted.
Yeah.
And it's difficult for me because I have to write for an American audience and for a British audience. And of course, Sean, if he's doing it, he's American. So it's like, so sometimes when I write stuff, you'll actually have both in the same posts. Brilliant. Well, like I say, I'll try and get these. I'll definitely put the first lot of stuff up tomorrow, but you'll probably be getting more from me over the next couple of days. I'm not trying to bombard you. I just want you to have lots of options, because this is something that you really, really have to get on top of if you're going to grow your business. There's no point having a customer and then losing them because you don't nurture them. So these nurture sequences are just as important. And nurturing starts right at the beginning when they come into your ecosystem. So you want to be letting people know that they've made the right choice, buying from your brand, and then just keeping them informed, little tiny touch points. It's not salesy, it's not sleazy, you're not whacking them around the head. It's just really nice and simple. There is a little bit of homework if you want to do it, and that is to find some top brands and have a look at the way that they actually talk. I will actually put a link up tomorrow to a website, and it will show you examples. Let me just see if I can, just one cotton picking minute, and let me see if I can actually find it. Oh gosh, I've done way too many searches today. Has anyone else got a history file that's like 6 miles long for every day? Let's keep going back. Gosh, oh, we really have. Oh, we've been banging through it today. Oh, I will find it. I will put it up. I know it was way before that. So there's pages and pages and pages and pages of stuff. But it was really, really good site. They were actually trying to sell a software. You don't need the software. But the examples that they had of different brands that use it, and these are all top brands that use it. And it was really interesting. Oh, here it is. Retain IQ, it's called. I'm actually going to show you it, and then you can maybe go and have a look yourself. But I think it's really interesting. So this brand, God knows how much they charge. It'll be a fortune because they only really work with really, really big brands. So they'll be charging 6 arms and a leg. But it's giving a whole load of, well, it's talking about example emails, and it's talking about best examples from different brands. So Charlotte Tilbury, right now, she's got her advent calendar out. I don't know if it's popped up on any of your social feeds, but she has one of these advent calendars out. Has anyone's social feed been full of advent calendars at the moment? The beauty world are all selling really expensive. Well, I think they're really expensive, but at Christmas time, all of the big brands put these big fancy advent calendars together, and they range from £250 on the low end, and some of them go up to nearly £1,000 for these advent calendars. And you would think no one buys them, but some of these companies on their website sell thousands of them every hour. They're so popular. And some of the companies actually do advent calendars. They do a collaboration with specific influencers or brands that's only available through them, or maybe there's a £10 discount or something if you buy through their link. And again, they sell out. They get a certain allotment of, you know, how many they can sell, and they just sell out. And these are literally selling like hotcakes, even though they're super expensive, because the value that's in them is way more than people are paying. So they all rush out and they buy them because they get stacks of products. Now, the reality is, when you look at some of the products, you would never go out and think, oh, I'm going to go and buy, you know, some, I don't know, nostril balm, you know. I don't know if there is a nostril balm, but some of them are just weird. And you're like, it's a good brand, but why would I really want that product? And others, you think, oh, actually, some of these are really nice. So some of them are just their own brand, and some of these calendars are lots and lots of different brands that want you to try their product. So it's about keeping you using their products and coming back for more. But the way that they actually do these emails is fun. Look at the way that they're using bullet points, so it's really easy for people to read. And then there's a shop now button. Nice, simple graphics. And then even the way that you introduce when people come into your email list, yeah, it's official, we're friends. Keeping it casual and friendly, as if you're chatting to, you know, one of your mates. It's not stuffy, it's not formal, it's just really, really relaxed. MAC. So theirs is all about creativity. Sephora. And you can see it's nice to meet you. Very, very relaxed and casual. And now that you're on the list, you'll be the first to know about new arrivals, special offers, exclusive launches, and so much more. So now they're thinking, oh yeah, I really want to get stuff from that company. This is good. So you're reconfirming why they should be on your mailing list. So you're welcoming them and then really just touching base and letting them know that they've made the right choice. This is another one from Sephora. Welcome, things are more beautiful on the inside. So you're telling them that they're going to find inspiration and get the right recommendations inside the community. So these are all really good things that you could be using or putting into ChatGPT. Put the ones that you like into ChatGPT and ask it to produce some for your brand that are similar to that style, if there's certain ones that you like. But I would definitely go through this and have a look. This is a Liz Earle one. She uses a lot of graphics on hers, and hers is really letting people know what the story of the brand is and why it matters. So this is all about the fact that they use natural ingredients, that they're very eco-based, and they're confirming all of that in everything that they're putting out to people. They're really fun to actually look at. And then this is one, obviously, that they haven't actually checked out. You've left something behind. Don't miss out on healthy skin. They're really nice. So I'll pop the link to this. I'll pop it in the chat now, but I will put it actually into chat. There you go. I'll pop it into the post tomorrow as well, so that you can go back and have a look at it. But some really nice examples, I thought, there. And it doesn't have to be big companies, but the big companies have spent a fortune, an absolute fortune, on teams that go out and find out what works. So mimicking brands that have already got everything dialed in and know that that is successful for them is going to help you out. You don't have to do all of the donkey work. Follow proven strategies that they're ploughing hundreds of thousands, if not millions, into on their marketing for your smaller brand. Okay, I don't want to keep you. I know we've run over, but definitely have a look. And even if there's a certain brand that you really connect with, sign up for their newsletter and start looking how often they're posting to you. What are they posting about? What's the kind of way that they're teasing things out and then developing that email sequence? And how would that fit with products that you sell? How could you replicate that, but in your theme and style? So I can't wait to hear which brands you've actually, which ones you liked and which ones you kind of want to aspire to be or replicate in some way. It's not going to be the same at all by the time you've actually put your brand information in there, but it will have those same key elements, which are the triggers that are activating people's attention and helping to produce more sales. Okay. I will have to keep you informed because I'm finally going to have a kind of vacation. It's been over 4 years. So I am so ready for this. But we have to actually go over to America because we have sold our property over there. And we've got to go over and get rid of all of the furniture and sort all of the legal stuff out and pay all the taxes and all of the things. So it's, I say it's a holiday. We will get a blink of holiday and we'll get some better weather, hopefully. But there's an awful lot going on. But I'm not sure what the situation is going to be for the internet. I haven't figured all of that out yet. So I'm going to try my laptop and do some tests before we go. And then I'm going to retest it once we actually get over there. And I will keep you informed. But if I have to, I will, the worst case scenario is that I will move next month's session to when we get back, but we will still be having that session because we're coming up to the busy season. So I'm going to be posting a lot more things for you, sharing more things. I don't expect you to action everything, but I don't want you left behind in this busy season. I want you to maximize it and get as many bodies into your social media channel at the time when you're seeing the most people and getting the most orders. There's no point just selling and selling and selling if you're not utilizing all of that and capturing them in some way. So make sure you've got something that people can just scan so that they get the, you know, your social straight there and can follow you there and then on a stall if you're doing in-person things, and make sure that everything is super, super easy in your social media channels so that they know what offers, what they can buy, and exactly how you can be their hero when it comes to Christmas gifting. All right, go and have an amazing week, and I will chat to you all soon.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye, thanks.
Bye.